The story of Louis Marx and his toy company is one of the shining rags-to-riches tales of the American industrial age. From the streets of Brooklyn to a Scarsdale mansion and personal worth of well over $50 million, Marx became the king of toy manufacturers, establishing the trends of his industry and ruling throughout the world for nearly 5 decades. Louis Marx had achieved success as it was defined by the times. His life was best summed up in a brief article from an April 1953 issue of the Toledo Blade newspaper. It read, "Louis Marx is one of the nation's most remarkable men. His toy manufacturing company, which bears his name, is the largest in the world. President Eisenhower and Generals George Marshall, Omar Bradley, Bedell Smith, and Rosie O'Donnell are the godfathers of his sons. He has fame, wealth, a beautiful wife, and a large, happy family, and his friends include the great men of the world. Yet for many years he has been spending his nights seeking the education denied him when he was young and poor. Last week he gave a party at the 21 Club in honor of his house guest, Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands. He excused himself from the party for 2 hours to attend his class at New York University." Born on August 11, 1896, Louis proved himself in the toy business at an early age. According to biographical portraits written in Time and Fortune magazines, at age 16 he began working as an office boy for toymaker Ferdinand Strauss. He quickly gained the confidence of Strauss and in 3 years was made general manager of a company factory in New Jersey, then one of the company's directors. F.J. Strauss would later remember Marx as a boy with the brain of a 40-year-old man. Marx supported volume wholesaling of their product, while Strauss wished to get more involved with retailing. A difference of opinion erupted about these marketing strategies, and Marx was fired from his position. Nevertheless, he had acquired the knowledge and experience to start a business on his own. In August of 1919, enlisting the assistance of younger brother David, Lou began the firm Louis Marx & Company Incorporated. The fledgling manufacturers had their first success improving and remarketing once popular climbing monkey and wind-up dancer toys. These items were made from tools originally owned by the F.J. Strauss Company, which was now out of business. Louis Marx provided the guiding vision for his company. In the early 1930s, while the world was in the grasp of a devastating economic depression, Marx saw opportunity and opened 4 new manufacturing facilities in Erie and Girard in Pennsylvania and Glendale, West Virginia. One even located overseas near Birmingham, England. In these factories, he utilized automated assembly line production and mass distribution techniques, earning the title the Henry Ford of toy making. Like Ford, the Louis Marx philosophy was simple: design popular toys with built-in quality, then produce and sell them at prices everyone could afford. He is credited with the introduction of the yo-yo to the American and European markets. Marx was also a pioneer in the use of media licensing for his merchandise, bringing to life characters from comics, TV, and movies. Another world crisis. During World War II, most factories were consigned to manufacturing necessities for the Allied war effort. Toy production was voluntarily halted, and the Marx facilities began turning out munitions, like shell casings, grenade fuses, and tin bomb fins. This didn't slow down the Marx company, though. During the hiatus, they developed methods of production utilizing a new material, plastic. In the post-war era, it was plastic that enabled the company to sell a much wider variety of toys at increasingly lower prices. Marx was also able to gain early entrance to war-torn Europe as a consultant to the Marshall Plan. This was achieved through his association with most of America's top military brass, and made it possible for him to set up import-export ties quickly, expanding his market. Accusations were made by his competitors and critics that Marx collected generals as children might collect his toys, But to his credit, Marx donated millions of toys to servicemen throughout the country. As his business boomed throughout the 1950s, Marx's title eventually became the Toy King. In 1955, Louis Marx appeared on the cover of Time magazine, and his toy company generated $50 million in sales. That was 1/3 of all toys sold in America. His closest competitor, the Lionel Toy Corporation, made less than half the total sales of #1 Marx toys. All of this was done, as he boasted, on an advertising budget of $312. Add to the list of Marx firsts his tapping into the manufacturing potential of a vast Asian workforce. Louis Marx and Company started operations and relied on subcontractors in Japan and Hong Kong to take advantage of skilled labor at low costs. One may recall the slogan, "Painted by hand by artists," which appears on the packaging of many Marx toys from Hong Kong. The late 1950s through the 60s saw increased competition among toy companies for children's attention and dollars from their parents. Television was the new medium used to get the message across that your toy was the most exciting and desirable. Louis Marx could no longer pride himself on scant advertising costs. The challenge was met through a mass TV marketing campaign with Magic Marxie, the new company mascot, leading the way.
I'm Magic Marxie, bringing fun. Marx makes more toys than anyone.
Throughout the 60s, Marx Toys continued to produce hit after hit. Rock'em Sock'em Robots, Johnny West, and The Big Wheel, to name just a few. Still, domination of the industry and the glory days of the 50s were gone. In July 1972, a month from his 76th birthday, Louis Marx sold his namesake to the Quaker Oats Food Corporation for a price over $51 million. Less than 4 years later, unable to match the success of the originator and suffering tremendous financial losses, Quaker Oats sold their recently acquired subsidiary for a mere $18 million. It was purchased by Dunby Convex Marx Limited, a British firm with ties to the original Marx Toy Company. In early 1980, after consolidation attempts and drastic changes in product and marketing strategies by DCM, the Marx factories were closed down. Louis Marx and Company Incorporated was put into bankruptcy. An ongoing effort was made by local government and employee groups attempting to get the dormant factories running again. There were hopes that other toy companies might set up shop at the plants, and a few did show interest. A federal judge set Friday, February 5, 1982, as the final day investors had to come up with a reopening plan and working capital to carry out proposals. The day, however, passed without effective results. It was the same day that Louis Marx, the man, died. Because of the unquestionable positive impact Louis Marx had on toy making, he, along with his company, were given charter inductions into the Toy Industry Hall of Fame, posthumously in 1984. For over 50 years, Louis Marx and the people working at his toy company influenced and enriched our childhoods, leaving a legacy of happy memories and well-built toys that last to this day.
of play, a wonderland of make-believe fashioned by children and by Americans at work. The men and women who build toys build happy hours for the children of all. Toy making today is not the work of elves whittling on blocks of wood. The modern toy maker sends sheets of steel through a lithographing press. The techniques, materials, and machines of 20th century mass production. The printed sheets emerge as brightly colored walls, floors, and roofs for dollhouses. The lithographer spot checks his work to make sure colors are printing vividly. Children like their toys bright and cheerful. Each press can print red, green, yellow, blue, or any combination of colors. The principal materials for today's toys are steel and plastics. What the modern American toy maker builds from these is within the reach of the average family, not a luxury for the children of the very wealthy, as was the case a century ago. After printing, the sheets move into drying ovens. Essential to the production of flat metal toys is the worker trained to operate a punch press. Excess metal must be trimmed away, leaving only the steel on which the pattern has been printed, and small tabs which can be used later to join walls to floors and to roofs. Some toy workers use punch presses to stamp out holes for the tabs. Others to cut out openings for windows or doors. Still others will roll the edges of the flat sheets. This way, the finished toy will touch hardwood floors with a rounded surface. Although dolls date back some 5,000 years, their move into toy houses of their own is comparatively recent. Doll houses did not become popular until the 17th century. Today, the dollhouse is a staple item that toy makers have learned is always in demand. With these production techniques, toy makers build service stations, missile bases, farm sets, western towns, and stockades. A scene reenacted in thousands of homes on Christmas Eve, but with one substantial difference: speed of assembly. In the time it takes old Dad to open the box, read the directions, and roll up his sleeves, this nimble-fingered toy worker has the set assembled and glued into place. Her job is to assemble toy demonstrators. Some are for the appraising eyes of buyers from the larger stores. Others are shipped out for display at retail outlets, where they will be sold by fellow members of the same union these toy makers belong to, the Retail, Wholesale, and Department Store Union. To fathers who struggle to assemble sets the night before Christmas, the toy maker has this to say: these toys assembled would be expensive to pack, to ship, to store, and to display. Mailed flat, they can be sold at reasonable prices. Transportation toys constitute one of the largest groups of children's playthings. By the time a child is 1 year old, he is interested in toys with wheels, and the interest usually stays with him the rest of his life. For cars, trucks, and in this case, road graders, steel is the preferred material, calling once more for the skills of the metal worker. Spot welding techniques are used to fuse metal parts securely. Toys of this type must be built to withstand rough wear. follow inventions. And in principle, the assembly of transportation toys is not unlike that of their larger counterparts. The difference is primarily one of scale. Many children's toys are simply miniature versions of objects a child sees every day in a grown-up world. On a ride through the country, a child sees men at work building a road. The next day, his toy road grader is building a superhighway through a sand pile. This is one of the ways he grows up. When the parts are assembled, they are placed on racks to speed them on their way to the paint tanks. With experience, the toy maker learns to work surely and swiftly to meet the demand for $1 billion worth of toys a year. That demand also calls for a continuing supply of toy workers. To this end, union and management work together on a training program. The preparation and application of paint is an important part of toy making. Paint must be non-toxic, must adhere evenly to metal, and must be attractive to many eyes. To be successful, a toy must appeal first to the buyers, next to the parents, and finally to the children who will play with it. Some toys arouse little interest one year, then sell out quickly the next, with a different color scheme. Toy makers strive constantly for improved paint jobs. Who doesn't like trains? Year in and year out, they've been a favorite of children everywhere. And in the case of electric trains, a favorite of fathers. A train sturdy enough for a tot to sit on is a triumph for many toy makers. All parts must be strong, all must fit exactly, and all must be assembled correctly. In an earlier time, toy making was a handicraft. The Swiss and Germans were its most proficient workers. Today, it is a factory operation. In this plant, one unit of the world's largest toy company, American workers produce high-quality toys at reasonable prices, under union-negotiated wages and working conditions. Neither race, color, creed, nor sex is important in this field. What is asked today is simply that the toy worker bring to his job the dedicated skills of the technician in metals and plastics. When the two sections of the locomotive are combined, assembly is almost complete. The next step is to add decals, to give the toy a name. Toys need names, for to children, they have a life of their own. Assembly of a lawnmower, even one that won't cut grass, is a matter never to be taken lightly. The toy may get more use than the life-size mower in the cellar. And in spite of warnings of parents, it is quite likely to be left outdoors from time to time. It must bear up against sun and rain. After the roller is inserted, blades are added. The lawnmower is a good example of a basic principle of toy making. Build toys that mirror familiar objects used by grown-ups. Just as a little girl likes a toy stove to imitate her mother, so does a boy follow his father with a toy lawnmower. Naturally enough, this is an item that sells well in the summer. Of course, most of the toy maker's output, about 70%, is sold during the Christmas rush. From today's toy factories, soldiers of plastic march briskly. The increasing use of this material is the most important recent development in the industry. In an injection molding machine, the plastic is subjected to pressure and heat, 600 degrees. The worker takes out the parts, separates them deftly. require cooling in water. Only those that are extremely thin in places or those that require an exact shape, like the straight side of a missile launcher. One of the most popular plastic toys is the dinosaur. Children always like animals, even prehistoric ones. 7 centuries ago, princes played with toy soldiers. Today, anyone can afford plastic soldiers. A toy worker with a molding machine can turn out 30,000 in a day. The worker in plastics can bring ancient Rome to life. New toys constantly arise from comic strips, television programs, motion pictures. Realistic? Yes, and why not? To a child, this is a very real world. Not many jobs bring personal satisfaction to match what the toy worker feels when he sees children at play with the fruit of his labor. So let us all hail the march of the toys, the trains and the trucks, the dolls and dollhouses, the airplanes and the rockets, part of the output that has made America the world's leading toy producer. And let us hail, too, the men and women whose mastery of modern production methods brings us toys the average family can afford. Theirs is a proud title, toy worker and member of the Retail, Wholesale, and Department Store Union, AFL-CIO. Americans at work for you. Americans at Work, presented as a public service by the AFL-CIO.
From these eerie laboratories, from the wild imagination of kooky Professor Law, comes a fantastic new creature. Is it man or monster?
It's Big Lou, Giant Moon Robot by Marx. You can make him work for you, fight for you, even talk to you with 10 complete phrases. You sight the enemy through Big Lou's target scope. You can make him fight with all kinds of weapons. Blast off! Fire! Load his gun barrel arm and bam! Can anything stop him? No. Big Lou has all the tricks. Hear his bell, blow his whistle. You can even buy batteries that make his eyes flash. He's ready to work for you, fight for you, even talk to you. Get the Giant Moon Robot. Bargain priced Big Lou by Marx.
Here comes a mystery spaceship, whirling, whirling, right into your home. Mystery Spaceship by Marx, Marx, Marx.
Now you can own the fabulous new gyro-powered Mystery Spaceship. Look, this crank sets a giant inner gyroscope whirling over 3,000 times a minute. Then the excitement starts. Feel the spaceship fight against your hands. Make it loop and do stunts. Put the Mystery Spaceship on its special lunar base and watch it defy the force of gravity. Send it whirling and weaving through unexplored territory. But that's not all. The Mystery Spaceship has a detachable space rocket that really fires. 2 realistic control cabins with spacemen inside. A whole crew of astronauts. Even 2 space cars. All for $4.98. Get the most thrilling space toy ever made, kids. Get the
Mystery Spaceship by Marx, 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 Marx.
And someday, we scientists will invent a spaceship just like this.
But, Professor, it's been invented. The Mystery Spaceship by Marx.
Be quiet and pay attention, Rudolph. It will be flown by spacemen on the top of the ship, and inside will be a tremendous gyroscope. Yeah, this gyro gives the ship perfect balance. It could spin on the end of the finger and defy gravity in any position on the launching platform. And for attacking the mysterious moonmen, a powerful rocket launcher that shoots... What's that?
A rocket, Professor.
Very funny. And I suppose in your desk you got also the moonmen.
That's right, Professor.
Ah, this is absolutely amazing.
It's great with spacemen and space cars, too. The mystery spaceship.
By golly.
Oh, by Marx.
Now, for every kid who's ever seen a science fiction movie, thrilled to the adventures of a creature from a far-off world, comes Great Garloo by Marx. Great Garloo, your friendly toy servant who's out of this world. Look, you can make Garloo play with you. You can make Garloo work for you. You alone can control him. With these battery-operated controls, you can make Garloo go, stop, bend, pick up, turn. Yes, Great Garloo, almost 2 feet tall, will be your faithful servant. You name it, you're the boss. So make friends with the most exciting toy of the year, kids. Bring out-of-this-world excitement into your home with the most fantastic toy ever. Great Garloo by Marx.
Now, every boy who ever dreamed of landing on the moon, get set for adventure. Get set for action, because there's a whole new world of fun and excitement waiting for you with Operation Moonbase by Marx. Includes everything but the ground you put it on, the equipment, the manpower, the firepower to fight a spectacular battle for the moon. The astronauts are alerted against attack from the enemy. The mysterious moon men.
I'll be the astronaut. I'll be the moon man.
Flash the warning with this Morse code signal blinker. Man the battle stations, the underground missile launching site. Bring up extra rockets with this moon tractor. The most completely equipped space station ever. Includes everything but the ground you put it on. Operation Moonbase by Marx.
Blast off on a space adventure of a lifetime with a real flying spaceship you control. It's the exciting new Space Ranger by Marx. Make it stop, make it hover, make it go fast or slow, even make it reverse. All with these battery-operated remote controls. But that's not all. The Space Ranger set is so complete you can even fight a moon battle. Red alert, red alert. Moonmen preparing to board flying saucer. Swing the Space Ranger into action. Bombs away! When enemy rockets return the fire, fight back with this warhead missile. Space Ranger, prepare to land. Now, lower scouts to space cars with its winch. All clear for landing. The new Space Ranger comes complete with exploding flying saucer, accessories, plus scenery instructions. Blast off into your space adventure indoors or outdoors. Get the Space Ranger by Marx, the real flying spaceship you control.
How fast is the Jaguar? Oh, about 17 minutes. 17 minutes.
Yes, in just about 17 minutes with Mechanic Kits by Marx. Put together a toy Jaguar sports car with no glue, no paint, no mess. Take it apart. Put it together over and over again. And every Marx Mechanic Kit is a real action toy. Build this sleek motorcycle complete with parking stand. This fire engine loaded with equipment. This tractor that goes when you push it. A Jeep with a detachable top, even a mighty steam locomotive with realistic drive wheel action. Build anything from a racing car to a wrecking car. Each car comes equipped with complete set of tools, including a jack that really works. You'll want all 8 of these fabulous action toys that snap together in minutes with no glue, no paint, no mess. Get Mechanic Kits by Marx. Prices start at $1.98.
Superhighway service just wrecked my car. Don't worry, Big Bruiser can handle the job.
Big Bruiser by Marx, the battery-operated wrecking car packed with go power, packed with tow power. With its safety-painted tailgate, its flashing warning light, Big Bruiser is super realistic. There's the wreck, down in that gully. Crumpled fender, flat tire, too. Use the steering wheel to swing Big Bruiser into position. You control all the action with these 2 levers, including the heavy-duty electric winch. Clean off the windshield, sound the siren, and give her the gun. Big Bruiser does it again. And Big Bruiser comes complete with a set of tools, including a jack that really works, plus a spare wheel, and a spare fender so you can fix the wreck as good as new. Price includes pickup truck, too. Big Bruiser by Marx. This is it. Enemy troops attacking from all sides. Situation calls for the gigantic power-packed missile cannon on wheels. This is Big Shot. Big Shot by Marx. Mounted on its huge 6-wheel truck, you can move Big Shot anywhere. Loaded with rubber-tipped missiles that you can shoot up to 60 feet. Set the cap-firing hammer. Swing Big Shot's barrel with this remote control switch. The remote control elevation knob raises and lowers the barrel. Take it down to elevation 4. There's the target. Ready. Fire!
Wow! Correct hit!
Battery-powered Big Shot comes complete with 3 rubber-tipped missiles, caps, and enemy target. Batteries not included. You're in command with the gigantic power-packed missile cannon on wheels. Bargain price Big Shot by Marx. Get it. Meet the master builder and see what he's built. The Capitol Building. The White House, home of our presidents. Yes, he built them, and he built them all by himself with Marx Master Builder Sets, the super detailed model kits that snap together in minutes. Each kit is designed by engineers so you can put it together piece by piece by piece. Take it apart. You can do it over and over again. These kits snap together fast with no glue, no mess. And what beautiful model buildings they are. Each Marx Master Builder set is accurately detailed, precision scale down to the very inch. And every Marx Master Builder set includes these lifelike figures of our 34 presidents. You can even paint them if you want to. The paint's included. And you get this exciting booklet packed with pictures and stories of every president. So be a master builder with Marx Master Builder Sets, the super detailed model kits that snap together in minutes with no glue, no mess.
What's the big attraction?
The big new Magnetronic Science Set by Marx. 101 mystifying magnetic tricks you can do to amaze and delight your friends. Just look.
See the doggies doing tricks. See the funny faces, too. See the moving cars. See the many things the Magnetronic set can do. See the mighty magnet work. Play a game of hockey, too. See the motor light the light. See the many things the Magnetronic set can do. Doing tricks with magnets can be hours and hours of fun. 101 attractions are here all rolled into one. See the acrobats. See the little cannon, too. See the floating discs. See the many things a Magnetronic set can do.
Gives you more fun, more tricks than any magnet set ever. Get the Magnetronic Set by Marx.
Hey, who's running Dad's power tool?
That's not Dad's, it's his. The toy power workshop that looks like real, works like real, yet is so safe it won't even scratch your finger. It's the exciting new Shop King by Marx. 10 super safe power tools in one, because Shop King is designed to cut only styrofoam, the light, inexpensive plastic. Make hundreds of beautiful and useful things. Easy to follow instructions tell you how. Cut edges straight and true with a circular saw. Make curves and curlicues with a jigsaw. And remember, the Shop King is perfectly safe. Get hard-to-reach places with a rotary safer saw. Cut holes with a drill. Make joints with a router. For fancy work, use a lathe and turning tool. Add stripes with this brush and paint kit. You can grind. You can sand. You can polish, too, with battery-powered Shop King by Marx. Looks like real, works like real. Yet so safe it won't even scratch your finger. Complete with accessories and supply of styrofoam. Get Shop King by Marx.
I've got a fistful of power.
Power to build a birdhouse. Power to make a tie rack for Dad. Power to build and repair anywhere. Portable power you can carry right along with you. It's Power King, the power workshop for the older boy by Marx. You never have to plug it in, because Power King works anywhere on its own portable power supply. This big 12-volt dry battery, available at extra cost. You can make repairs out on a boat or build things in your own backyard. With Power King, you get a portable drill, this real jigsaw attachment, a lathe with turning tools, a handy drill press, an attachment for stirring and mixing, a high-speed polishing wheel, even 2 screwdrivers. Power King to build all kinds of useful and decorative things. You get power to build, power to repair anywhere with Power King, the power workshop for the older boy by Marx.
Who can wag his purple tail and make a purple noise? Who can move his purple head? Who's a real great pet for girls and boys? It's Dino. He's the purple dinosaur.
Hey, Dino!
Like you never saw before.
Hey, Dino!
He's the biggest of his size. He's the perky purple dinosaur with baby blue eyes.
Dino by Marx, the perky purple dinosaur with baby blue eyes. Dino with Fred Flintstone riding and rocking in the saddle on his back. Dino and Fred Flintstone want to live at your house. And it's fun to have a perky purple dinosaur of your very own. Battery-operated Dino and Fred Flintstone will walk around with you. And if something gets in his way, he never fusses. He just turns and walks away. Who's the most lovable dinosaur ever?
It's Dino. He's the purple dinosaur.
Hey, Dino!
Like you never saw before.
Hey, Dino!
He's the biggest of his size. He's the perky purple dinosaur with baby blue eyes.
Get a perky purple dinosaur. Dino and Fred Flintstone by Marx.
Oh, gosh! You scared me.
But it's fun to be afraid with the Hoot and Hollow Haunted House by Marx. Watch what happens when you open the door.
It's scary.
Watch out! A skeleton! A light that lights, a shade that rises, ghosts and witches, a roof that rattles, and crazy noises!
Gosh, it's scary.
But it's fun to be afraid with the Hoot and Hollow Haunted House by Marx.
Well, how do you haunt the house?
With these buttons, you control the light, the door, the skeleton too. You make the roof rattle, make a cat spring. It's the craziest thing!
It's scary. But I like it.
Every boy and girl will like it. It's battery powered. Batteries extra, of course. Hoot and Hollow Haunted House by Marx.
Everybody rides! Everybody rides! Everybody rides! Ride indoors, ride outdoors, ride near or far, in a race car, on a pony, in an old-time car.
3 Great Ways to Ride by Marx. They're all powered by a big battery not included. Tap the power control to go forward, press like this to stop and back up. And when you ride the sleek Marx-a-cart, you can even brake to a stop. You get a helmet and goggles, too, with Marx-a-cart. Or ride your own pony, forward or backward. He even turns when you pull on the rein. He's Tony the Pony by Marx. Or ride this Stutz Bearcat with a ratchet crank, big bulb horn, and real bucket seat. Stutz Bearcat by Marx. Choose from 3 Great Ways to Ride by Marx.
He's Tony the pony, the riding pony, the pony that's easy to train. Tony by Marx is the real riding pony. He turns when you pull on the rein.
Attaboy, Tony.
Some horses gallop or bounce or rock, but you can ride Tony clear round the block. Get battery powered. Tony the pony by Marx. Play cowboys, play Indians, play mounted cops, play merry-go-round with Tony. Your toe makes him go, your heel makes him stop. He's a battery-powered pony.
That's fun.
Tony the pony is fun to ride. You can ride him indoors, you can ride him outside. Then back up with Tony the riding pony. Tony the pony by Marx. Tony the pony with the big, long-life battery motor. Tony the pony, the riding pony. Tony the pony by Marx.
I just love him. You will, too.
Don't move, friend. You're looking down the barrel of the nuttiest, the goofiest, the wackiest gun ever.
It's the super-duper goofer gun by Marx that shoots 15 colored goofer balls, and the last ball goes... Drop an elephant right in his tracks. All right, so it doesn't hurt elephants. But the super-duper goofer gun does shoot 15 colored goofer balls, and the last ball goes... Each gun comes with its own super-duper target. Load her up, give it a try. Push gently to shoot 1 ball at a time. Give a super-duper push to shoot 2 or more balls at a time. And don't forget, friend, the last ball goes... Get the super safe gun that shoots 15 colored goofer balls for the nuttiest, goofiest, wackiest fun ever. Get the super-duper goofer gun by Marx, complete with target and 15 goofer balls. And remember, that last ball goes...
Hey, he's talking through his hat. How about that? I can beep when I talk.
It's easy. Just put a beep in your bean with Beep Beanie by Marx.
Down by the early in the
Here's the secret. Inside the Beep Beanie, there's a special beeper. Make your chin pull on the strap and... It's that easy to put a beep in your bean with Beep Beanie by Marx. And the things you can say.
I think yeah. Oh, yeah, how would you like that?
Anyone can do it. Just put a beep in your bean with Beep Beanie by Marx.
Get a Beep Beanie.
By Marx. From the mysterious East comes a brand new game. More exciting, more fun than any game ever.
Yippee!
It's Ding-a-loo.
Ding-a-loo!
Is Big Fun Bagatelle game by Honorable Mark. It's Ding-a-loo.
No, Ding-a-roo.
Don't interrupt. Object of game, get balls from here to here in least number of tries. Automatic counter keeps score. Ball sometimes misses, but get ball in any hole, then is big fun clash. 4-ball club, Berlin Ding-a-loo. It's game with all type excitements, much thrill, much happiness. Where is Ding-a-loo? Boy has spots, see?
Ding-a-roo, the Big Fun Bagatelle game by Marx.
Get it today. Ding-a-loo.
Correction, please. Ding-a-roo.
And now, the most tremendous balancing trick in the world. Bilbo the Great and his tricks of all.
Wow, he's great. I wonder how he does it.
Easy. You can do it too with Tricks a Ball by Marx. You get this big inflatable ball, this battery-powered spinner machine, batteries not included, and these special balancing attachments. Now watch. Just place the ball in the spinner machine. Press the power switch and watch it spin faster and faster. Now it's ready to balance, and see how easy it is. Tricks a Ball will spin on the end of a finger, even on the end of your nose. Do all kinds of tricks with Tricks a Ball.
The most tremendous balancing trick in the whole world.
Be the star of your own shows with bargain-priced Tricks a Ball, the fabulous balancing trick by Marx.
A lovely little hat.
I made it by myself.
A colorful placemat.
I made it by myself.
A purse for Mama, scarf for Dad, even a pocketbook.
How do you make them? Just look.
With Easy Weaver, the real hand loom by Marx, you can weave all kinds of things. Look how easy it is.
This shuttle holds the yarn.
You guide it through the string
Then cap it with the comb.
to make sure the weave is tight.
Then to and fro through the strings you go. And when you're done, then you can say,
I made it by myself.
with Easy Weaver.
The real hand loom by Marx comes with shuttles, needles, string, instructions, and 400 feet of Bernath yarn to get you started.
Make a hat, a scarf, a purse, a rug, even a pocketbook.
All kinds of things.
With Easy Weaver.
Easy Weaver by Marx.
I gotta get one too.
A little girl becomes a lovely lady with a vanity all her own.
Budding Beauty Vanity by Marx. And just look at all the wonderful things you get with it.
You get some jewelry, brush, and comb, just like Mommy's very own. And there's makeup just like Mommy uses, but it's yours alone.
Real Budding Beauty makeup by Tussie. There's a Budding Beauty lipstick, beauty soap, toilet water, bubble bath, nail polish, even a manicure set. Just like grown-up ladies use. Plus this picture frame and a beautiful storage hassock.
A little girl becomes a lovely lady with a vanity all her own.
It's divine.
Bargain-priced Budding Beauty Vanity by Marx.
There's a brand new pet on our block that all the kids are rushing to see. It's the cutest little poodle,
And it belongs to me.
you'll love this lively poodle. Penny the Poodle by Marx. Make Penny sit and stand and walk. Turn the head, Penny even talk. When you're out with Penny the Poodle, you're bound to have a lot of company. 'Cause owning Penny the Poodle makes you lucky as can be.
You make Penny do all kinds of things without batteries or motor. Penny sits. You make Penny's head turn either way. Tug on the leash and Penny stands. Then make Penny walk with that little tail wagging happily. And say, you want to hear Penny bark? Just squeeze the control on the leash and...
Make Penny sit and stand and walk. Turn the head Penny eats and talks. Get Penny the Poodle by Marx.
When you grow up, your house may look just like this. It's Imagination House, the exciting new see-through dollhouse by Marx. 7 big rooms, plus 100 pieces of snap-together furniture. You can mix and match 1,000 ways. Turn a chest of drawers into a bookcase for Daddy. A dresser into a vanity table for Mommy. With Imagination House, you can decorate 1,000 ways. Make your dining room big and breezy. Designing Mommy's kitchen isn't easy. Fix Baby's room bright and rosy. Master bedroom, warm and cozy. Living room has a stereo. Daddy loves the patio. Switch rooms about without a tangle. They look great from every angle. Then, if you change your mind, you can make a new design. This Christmas, it's Imagination House by Marx.
Gee, I wished I had something to do.
You need Twinkie. Twinkie by Marx, the teeny tiny doll with the big 30-piece wardrobe. Twinkie comes complete with dresses and accessories. Nothing else to buy, ever. She even has her own wigs. Change Twinkie from a redhead to a blonde. Or give her a ponytail. A Dutch bob. You get 6 wigs in all, 2 wig stands and carrying case. Twinkie has a poodle, scarf, stole, luggage, even a dresser. Her soft plastic dresses are easy to change. And Twinkie is ready for playtime, party time, travel time, or bedtime. Twinkie comes complete. Nothing else to buy, ever. Get Twinkie by Marx with the big 30-piece wardrobe.
Who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
Who is it?
It's the Master of Disguise. Mike Hazard, Double Agent by Marx. Complete with disguises. Over 50 pieces of make-believe equipment. Pose him in thousands of positions. Under that cloth trench coat, Mike Hazard packs a whole arsenal. And in 8 secret pockets, he can carry all this. Even a special machine gun that converts to a Luger pistol. Mike has a simulated sound camera, a bazooka that really shoots, and luggage that blows up. Get the Master of Disguise. Mike Hazard, Double Agent by Marx.
Mr. Chimp.
It's Mr. Chimp by Marx. He walks. He blinks. He squawks. He swings. Mr. Chimp does a million things. Stand him on his head or watch him tumble. The secret's in Mr. Chimp's handy battery case. Push the button one way, Mr. Chimp goes that way. Reverse it, and Mr. Chimp reverses. He flings. He plays. He swings. Mr. Chimp does a million things. This Christmas, it's Mr. Chimp by Marx. Big Rail Work Train by Marx. Works by remote control. Back up and pick up the log carrier. Throw the switch and full speed ahead. The headlight really works. Locomotive pours out real smoke. Now, slow down. Stop. Back up. Dump those logs. It's all here. Big locomotive and coal tender. Boxcar. Self-dumping log carrier. Caboose. A fully equipped electric train set. The big size. Complete with station. Telephone poles. Automatic warning signal. And crossing gate. Siding switch. Dead-end bumper. Automatic uncoupler. And big 50-watt transformer. With nothing else to buy. This Christmas, it's Big Rail Work Train by Marx.
Come on, everybody, let's rock. We're all gonna rock and ride today.
It's the new Go-Go Rock. Indoors, outdoors, it's the zaniest bowl of fun ever. Spin it, bump it, rock it, and when it snows, it really goes.
Come on, everybody, let's rock. Let's rock and sway in a groovy way.
This Christmas, it's Go-Go Rock by Marx.
It's goofy, zany, wacky, crazy. Stop. The Crazy Car by Marx. You can spin it, speed it, stop it, turn it on a dime. You can bang it, back it, zoom it, race it anytime. It spins, twirls, and whirls. The Crazy Car by Marx.
The big wheels are a-rolling. Listen to them spin. It's the big wheels sound of power with the speed you need to win. Roaring. Spinning. Winning. That's the Big Wheel by Marx. It's the coolest. Style and class. Adjustable seat. You ride low and neat. Look at that big wheel. It turns on a dime. Roaring. Spinning. Winning. This Christmas, it's the Big Wheel by Marx.
In this corner, Rocky Graziano! In this corner, the challenger!
They're slugging it out in the middle of the ring. A right to the jaw.
My block is knocked off!
But you can press it back on again. Press this lever. He throws a right. The other, a left. Knock his block off, and you're the winner.
I want a rematch.
This Christmas, it's Rock'em Sock'em Robots by Marx.
I'm Magic Marxie, bringing fun. Marx makes more toys than anyone.